Morning Thailand supported by Sea Thai Superwear. Wings Learning Circle. Customized English course for your business.
And welcome back to the last break of Morning Thailand with Phai Golf and Kun Chen is here. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ
And of course, during the last break, we talked about the passing of the third reading of amendment bill, which has seen a lot of support and also opposition as well.
Exactly.
Now we're going to see after the final passing of this bill from the joint sitting of Parliament, what other sectors of the society are thinking about this.
Before we go to that, I would like to emphasize that the House meeting used the counting head method
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday.
to prevent
How
any
long did
wrongdoing.
it take them?
It was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But
Longer than deliberation.
Yeah.
not exactly. But despite the fact that the Democrat and the 40 senator group walk out, like Kun Phai said, the amendment passed with 358 votes,
Right.
with only 2 opposing. It is very interesting for me that looking at Phum Chai Thai party and even Kun Chuwit's Kamon visit
Right.
party, Rak Pratet Thai, they are also both in favor and the abstain vote.
Wow. Is Kun Chuwit in favor?
Not no
In 30 abstentions to vote.
but many of the politicians voice disagreement on PM and the government's attempt to present the amendment to His Majesty the King to
Right.
grant his royal assent. For example, the Democrat Party leader, of course, Kun Abhisit Vejchajiva, has called on the government to delay the charter,
Right.
as is what it should be waiting for the outcome of the judicial review from the Constitution Court, as well as Kun Phaiboon Nititawan, the appointed senator, along with 40 senator groups, submit a letter to Nikom Vairashpanit. Kun is a deputy House Speaker, asking the House Speaker, Kun Somkiet, Somsak Kiesrunon, sorry, to pass the issue to the Constitution Court to analyze if it is against the Constitution will, because many contents and actions along the process are questionable. I believe he was referring to the ID card stuff.
Right. The punching,
Yes.
clocking in on others' behalf.
And if according to Kun Phaiboon, if the amendment is proved to be wrong, the Constitution Court shall take it off the table. As well, actually, if it is proved to be wrong, beside that, the Constitution Court can take it off the table.
Right.
The government can be considered as losing credibility as well.
Right.
But according to a source that I have read in the newspaper, if the court rule against the amendment, which is now waiting for the royal endorsement, it would consider a drop. And but the government is now believed to be more worried about the true trillion baht bill.
Right. So in this deliberation, they kind of want to finish it with, so they can focus on that, I believe.
And actually, if the borrowing bill is shut down, it will ruin the government credibility as well. But as far as I'm concerned, there has been many budget cut and budget delay in many organizations that are responsible for government's budget scrutinization. So it is quite questionable of what they are doing right now.
So that's going to be harder for those departments to actually work with the budget
to actually
that they
auditing
have,
the budget.
Obviously, right.
I think as for we are now concerned is that if Kun Yingluck would pass it to grant to the king to grant his royal assent, according to the law, after the bill is passed, she has to submit it within 20 days.
Yeah.
Right. Well, don't worry. She's quite, she's ready for it tomorrow. So that's definitely going to make it for the deadline.
But the thing is that if the king refuses his royal assent, by withholding his signature to a bill, or either returns it to the National Assembly or to the houses, or does not return it within 90 days, the houses can re-deliberate it. If the house still has 2/3 of the vote, the PM can resubmit it again. But the thing is that if the king does not sign or does not return it within 30 days, the bill can be used as if he has signed it.
Right. So
Because it is the constitution will to
Right.
give the National Assembly the power to overturn the royal veto.
Wow. All right.
But
So-
my prediction is that the king would sign it no matter what, because it's already past the third process.
Yeah, like I said, his hands are tied anyway, right?
And
And the
sign
thing,
it anyway.
he will not intervene. That's one other thing. He will not intervene, and if it comes to that point, obviously, we are a democratic country. Obviously, whatever type of democracy, if it's the majority, if the majority said that this is what they wanted, then that has to be followed through, right? And the thing is, like we said, the setup of the government, the opposition was outnumbered by a lot. So obviously at this point, I don't know what else they have in terms of a tactic from the opposition party.
What about the Constitution Court? Even
Well-
though they're sending this for royal endorsement tomorrow, but if the court rules gave its verdict as a Tuesday or Wednesday that this violate the Constitution.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that the court gonna? That's one other thing that we're not sure whether or not the court will rule in
And
favor.
another
or
possibility
against.
is that the government may call a snap election
A snap election.
and use the amendment and
Right.
the amnesty bill as core policies in their campaign.
When you say snap election, could you expect meaning that?
For example, Kun Thaksin Shinawatra, the former prime minister,
Right.
who is in exile now, and he's an older brother of Kun
Yeah.
Yingluck Shinawatra.
Right.
He called a snap election when being asked to resign.
Okay, so meaning that
It's like house dissolution and a new
And-
Yes.
election.
a new election
Uh-huh.
again.
And he
Okay.
called for election in February, and the election was launched in April,
Okay,
2nd of April. So
Right.
it was like a month.
right. It's very fast. Like you can call. Oh, that's why you call it snap election.
And it was dramatically criticized because apart from the fact that it was super snap, and it is actually very close to the upper house election. It is like the 2nd of April, and 2 weeks after we have the upper house election. So it's very prone to vote buying.
Oh, okay. So obviously, at this point, there might be a
Similar.
similar thing that could be done. So we are talking about various different direction that this might go to. For Kun Phai, with the Constitution Court saying, accepting this bill and say that no, you cannot do this. This is going to be, violated.
Violate of the
But then,
Constitution.
if the violation, they're gonna have to dissolve the party, and that's the same thing as this particular
election has been
new election anyway,
planned.
right? So at this point, I think there might be a new election. Wow,
Yeah. Interesting, right?
yeah, because
And if there is a new election, they will win.
of course, because the majority right now, and that's the thing, and
And the scariest part is that when Kun Thaksin dissolved the party and the result of the new election, he won like almost all of the seat.
exactly. So it's gonna come even stronger. But this is one other thing you have to accept. Don't forget, we want to promote democracy, and if the majority would like them, we have to accept that. And the opposition should actually learn like their mistakes and see what went wrong. How come
course.
less people actually put their faith in them?
We should do an analysis on that.
Yeah, is one other thing that at this point, if most of us don't like it, if we went to vote, but it's still the same result, that means that we have to respect the majority as well, whatever it is, because obviously in other country, I don't think that everyone likes every winners anyway, but if they want, you have to let them work
Yeah.
at least, but obviously within a time frame, in a good frame, meaning that not to create too much corruption and such. All right, let's take that's end of the show. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have, but of course today is very interesting talk indeed. Thank you Jasper for our lovely talk, as well as Thai Superwear Quality the World Trust, Wings Learning Circle, customized English course for your business, and of course you can always contact us through our Facebook, facebook.com/morningthailand, or email us at morningthailandshow@gmail.com. As for today, I'm Golf.
Fine.
Shane
สวัสดีค่ะ